trying to find a gift for one of my friends, I always want to find something that that will last a long time and they can be creative with and things like that. So I usually go for part of the gift. I'll usually give them like some nail polish or something, and it's just really fun, and they can do a lot of stuff with it. So today I want to describe to you the interesting history and modern day uses of nail polish. To do that, I'll first be starting with just the basic history where it started, the different types of colors, textures, and a new thing called nail art. And lastly, I will be talking about nail polish that's coming in the future. So the history of nail polish actually goes back further than you might think. Okay, so, and one interesting fact about nail polish is that now that it's a predominantly female product, men were some of the first to use it. They use it, warriors actually, you put it on their fingernails, they use like this coal type stuff, and they would stain their fingernails black and green to intimidate and scare their enemies. And so right here, this is one of the first types, or where kind of like the background for nail polish, and this is from India, and it is like women would dip their fingers in something called henna, so they would stain their whole fingertips. And over here, this one is it's just a picture of a Chinese woman. They stain their fingertips with a mixture of egg whites, gelatin, beeswax, Arabic like gum, alum, and flower petals to get a more of a light pink type color on their nails. And right here, this is Cleopatra. And as you can see, she has a really bright red nail polish on her nails. And in Egypt, nail polish was used to show royalty and power. So, of course, she wanted the deepest red she could have. And people below her weren't allowed to wear a very deep color of red. Okay, and in the 1930s, it was the beginning of the modern day nail polish that we see and that we use. The first formula was by Revlon, and it was inspired by the shiny red gloss on cars, and that's what they were looking for when they went for the formula. For the nail polish, when they advertise it, they like to advertise lipstick along with the nail polish because they like them to match. And reds and pinks were the most popular colors at this time. Yeah, so they had this one manicure, it was called the Moon Manicure, and it's very popular. It had color just only on the middle part of the nails, kind of like a French manicure, except with like a little circle part on the bottom of your guys' nails, just not painted. And nail polish gained a lot of popularity during this time because of the Great Depression. From a quote by Stephanie Dagi, the executive editor of Nail Pro, she said that nails are the affordable luxury. So people were able to do this, or to use nail polish at an affordable rate during this time. That was only the start of what is very popular today, and today we have hundreds of different kinds of nail polish and many brands who sell them. A few of the most interesting, personally to me, this one's like a spotted type nail polish, and it almost looks like a lava kind of, because it has like spots and stuff under it. And this one is a sugar polish, so like the title, it looks like sugars on your nails, so it gives a lot of texture. Over here, this is magnetic nail polish, so it kind of looks like a wave in the colors. And this is crackle. This one's kind of fun. You put whatever color you want underneath, and once you put the top coat on, you can see the color underneath, so it's kind of fun. And this one is chalkboard polish, so it looks like a chalkboard. You put like +1, +3 on there. And then okay, so now that you've seen what we've been doing with nail polish today, let's take a look at what may come. Alright, let's talk about nail art. That is what with these polishes, we use a lot of, we can do a lot of stuff with them. So here's just a few things This one is kind of like, they have little tutorials online, and this one, like what I'm wearing today, it's supposed to look like acid wash jeans. And they have like ones that look like newspaper and stuff like that, so people get kind of crazy with them. These are only the simple ones, actually. They have, I'll show you a quick video. It's an annual international event called Nail Olympics, where people compete with different types of nail art.
Each year, it has become more and more outlandish, if you know what I mean. It really has become extreme.
Okay, so that's one of the big events that they have. And this is what's maybe coming in the future for nail polish. It's called Undercover Colors, and it's an invention by 4 male college students. It's in very early stages of production, but what it does is it's a nail polish where if you dip it into your drink and there's drugs in it, it will change color to tell you that there's drugs in your drink. So it's like trying to prevent or use as a prevention for sexual assault. A quote by one of the inventors says, "While deep-grade drugs are often used to facilitate sexual assault, very little science exists for their detection. Our goal is to invent technologies that empower women to protect themselves from this heinous crime." And that was a quote from their Facebook page. But this polish and this invention does have controversies, which surprises me. Some people say that it is not a solution to sexual assault, and it will probably be difficult to manufacture since drugs are changing a lot. But obviously, it's not a solution to the whole problem. You have to get rid of all the bad people for that. So it is like mace, women carry around mace. You can use it as something to protect yourself. So I feel that it's a great idea, and hopefully it'll come soon because it's just in the early stages of production. And that's really nice. And so in this speech, I've covered the very early stages of the history of nail polish, and then I described unique nail polish types and nail art from simple to extreme. Lastly, I described an innovative nail polish that may be coming to us in the future, and I hope you guys have enjoyed learning something new about a common beauty product we're all familiar with.
Well, there are some things about the speech that I thought would work really well when it comes to content and organization. You've got a very clear goal in the speech. You've got an excellent preview of what the structure is going to be at the end of the speech. I like the summary and the exit line. I thought that you finished off well. So all the structural stuff is pretty solid. The delivery issues are a little inconsistent. There are a couple of things I like. I thought you had nice gestures. You're pointing out things on the video or on the screen that are important to see. I appreciated when you switched sides on the screen. I thought that that worked really well. Shows that you are trying to kind of engage what's going on there. Problem is that you frequently get focused on the screen, and so even though you make that step from one side to the other, your body's all kind of turned in toward the screen while you're speaking, and instead of talking to us, instead of kind of just referring to it over your shoulder or having to turn your head occasionally, you basically feel like you have to face the screen when you're speaking, and that takes you out of the audience's engagement frequently. There are even a couple of times when you walk across the screen with your back to the audience, and so that feels a little bit awkward. I think your facial expressions are fine. Your eye contact is a little inconsistent as a consequence of both where you're looking and sometimes you're looking at notes. I'm not sure why you were looking at the notes. It sounded to me like you knew your material pretty well and you didn't need it. The visuals were giving you enough of a prompt to remind you about what was coming up next. I think the notes become a handicap for you. You know this topic. You're interested in it. You've got the visuals there to remind you what's going on, and the notes then become a distraction. And I talked about it, I think I mentioned it to the people when they were doing their impromptu speeches. Sometimes when people write down notes, they just keep looking at the notes thinking something else is going to be there. It's like when you keep going to the refrigerator over and over and over again thinking that something will have appeared since the last time you looked, and there's something there it doesn't. You just have to know your material, and I think you'd be better off if you just treat it, look, I know this subject, I'm going to talk to these folks, and get the notes out of your hand entirely. You don't really have a lot of statistics or quotes that you have to refer to there, just the one kind of at the end talking about that innovative product that I think you might want to get that quote exact. On the vocal presentation, like a lot of people, I think you're not quite aware of the size of the room and the stupid background noise that we've got, and so I think you need to project a little bit more. You weren't hard to hear, but I think it kind of cuts down on your energy level a little bit, which is too bad because I think you've got a kind of an energetic subject, and so I think you need to get into that a little bit more. It was clear, though, your pronunciation is not the issue. What's the issue is that when you go to the cards, you just start reading, and it's clear when you're reading. You can kind of listen to how your voice changes while you're speaking, and suddenly it just doesn't sound the same way. It sounds less engaging. Let's see. And I already told you I thought that the summary at the end was really solid, and I like the exit line too. All right, thank you. Uh-oh, what did I do?